So in the last class, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the last class, we discussed about the problems and other light source materials, and we couldn't do much, right? So let us discuss some advantages and disadvantages of this your LED. So what are the advantages of your LED? As you all know, it's a simple design. Simple design. So you'll be taking a N type, P type, and you will come all those things you know. So easy of manufacturing. So you can design different colors of LED or different wavelength based upon yesterday we calculated, right? So it is going to emit a particular wavelength, and we can have any color transmission LED and all those things. So it's the simple system integration. It is easy to integrate with the systems also for operability in the system. The low cost, mainly it's very low cost. So that's the reason it's being used in so many applications. You all know that. And next, what are the disadvantages of your LED? So the refraction of light at semiconductor or air interface. So refraction of light, this thing it takes place. And the average lifetime of a radiative recombination is only for a few seconds. Okay. Therefore, modulation bandwidth is limited only to 100 megahertz. That's all. Okay, you can't go with a larger frequency. That is a disadvantage. And it has got low coupling efficiency and large chromatic dispersion. So, as you all know, this what you call as this LED, it has got a large chromatic dispersion. So this is a diagram. And on the day, just I was telling you about this, the emission pattern is like this and that. So this, in this slide, we can see the emission pattern, which I had not shown on that day. So it was just I was telling you that the emission pattern of a laser is different from your edge as well as the surface emitting diode, and your edge emitting is good compared to your surface emitting. So here you can see the emission pattern. So as you all know, this LED it is classified into two types. That is a surface LED and edge LED, and already we had discussed. So this surface LED, this here it will be perpendicular to the axis of your active region, whereas this is along. Here you can see. So if this is the active region, I think you are able to follow my movement of this arrow. So this is your active region, and the emission will be the perpendicular direction. So here this is dispersing. So this here what we will say is uh, it is here your fiber will be placed perpendicular, whereas in your edge LED it will be along the axis. So that's why it is called as an edge emitting. So it's emitting at the edges. So it looks. So whereas laser is also just like your what do you say, edge emitting LED, but it is the emission pattern is very narrow compared to your edge. So here you can see the emission pattern of your surface emitting LED. It is wide, is wide, whereas this it is very narrow and compared to that of a laser diode. So the laser diode is very narrow, narrow beam, and it is very fastest. This is so the transmission in your laser it will be very fast. Okay. Your next topic is quantum efficiency. So what is a quantum efficiency and power? What is quantum efficiency and power? Quantum efficiency and power. Okay, anyhow, this quantum efficiency or internal quantum efficiency, basically it is defined as the ratio of the radiative recombination rate to the total recombination rate. See, it is defined as the ratio of the radiative recombination rate. That is RR. So RR. Yeah, it is RR only. RR it is radiative recombination loss, whereas total recombination rate. So total recombination rate will be equal to radiation recombination rate plus non-radiative recombination rate. Non-radiation reactive. That means when light falls on it, there will be some changes, right? So that is what. So basically, in the active region, the what is this in what in LEDs, if you consider, for example, if you take an LED and in the you will consider active region. So if I want to say that what is the efficiency or what is the internal total quantum efficiency, then in that particular active region, so that will be the the electron hole pairs that is going to recombine there. There in the active region, electron hole pairs recombines. So that recombination, we call it as a radiation, and non-radiation is also thing. So that is what here it is called as a radiative in the active region. Whenever an external source, maybe it's a if it is a this thing current, it will be current, or if it is from an external light. So there electron hole pair combines, and then that liberated one we call it as a radiative recombination rate. What is the rate at which? And it is a two that is called internal quantum efficiency. So if so tau r equal to n by rr. Okay, tau is equal to n divided by rr, tau r. If n are the excess carriers, then radioactive life and non-radioactive life, tau r is equal to n by rr. So, for example, for exponential decay of excess carrier, so the radiative recombination lifetime. So, this tau r is the radiation. Okay, R is the radiation lifetime. Radiative recombination lifetime. Lifetime will be equal to N divided by RR. RR, as you all know, it is the radiative recombination loss. And the non-radioactive recombination loss. Non-radioactive recombination loss, it is given by N divided by RN. Okay. So the internal quantum efficiency is given. The recombination time of carriers in active region is tau. See, the recombination ratio, that is tau. Tau R. R for sorry, here it is it should be NR here. Okay, tau NR. NR R is a radiative. NR tau NR will be non-radiative, which will be equal to N divided by R NR. So this I took in the from some website. So the recombination time of these carriers in active region is tau. It is also known as bulk recombination lifetime. See, next. Therefore, the internal what is that quantum efficiency? It can be expressed as n in that is a what is this quantum efficiency? Internal quantum efficiency, which will be equal to 1 divided by 1 plus RNR divided by RR. How will you get this? Sorry, how will you get this? Here, n internal is equal to RR divided by RR plus RNR. I will divide RR this. So it is 1 plus RNR by R. Okay, getting my point? So here I am dividing numerator and denominator by RR. So here RR by RR, here RR is there. RR by RR is 1. 1 by RR, RR by RR by is 1 plus RNR by RR. So you all know that 1 by tau. What is this? Tau R is equal to N by RR. Tau is equal to N by RR. So that is what. Here, after substituting, you will be getting 1 by tau will be equivalent to 1 by tau r plus 1 by tau nr. So n internal will be equivalent to in using here you can see with this we can write n internal, that is efficiency, quantum efficiency, internal quantum efficiency will be equal to 1 divided by 1 plus tau r by tau nr, tau r. Therefore, the quantum efficiency. It is given by tau r. So if the current injected into the LED is I and Q is the electron charge. So if the current injected into the LED, that is, if we are passing it current, that current let us we call it as I, and Q is the electron charge. Then the total number of whatever the recombinations that take place is RR is equal to RNR, which is equal to I by Q. I by Q. So if I substitute the same thing here, then N into is equal to RR divided by 1 I by Q. I by Q. So RR will be equal to this RR, radiative recombination is equal to N internal into I by Q. So what is the optical? So RR radiative recombination will be equivalent to power this efficiency, that is the internal quantum efficiency into I by Q. I by Q. So the optical power, it is generated internally in LED. It is given as P internal is equal to RF into H nu. Okay, H mu RR. So power generated within the internal. Then due to the recombination and energy is equal to H mu. We know N into so RR is equal to N into IQ. So N into IQ into H mu. So P internal, that is the power in the LED, will be equivalent to efficiency into IQ into HC by lambda. Mu is equal to C by lambda. So if I substitute this, it will be N int HCI by Q lambda. HC by Q lambda. So that will be the final expression for your P internal. So the power generated within the LED, it will be given as P int, that is the interior, is equal to efficiency into HCI by Q lambda, by Q lambda. Here, as you all know, all the internal generated photons, it will not be available from output of the device. That means whatever that charge that is been liberated or photons which is going to be generated, all will not come out of the active region and get fed into the fiber. Few might have will not be having sufficient energy in order to come out of the active region. Maybe it will have some small energy. So that is what. So the external quantum efficiency, that is usually it is your calculated the emitted power. So in the previous, it is internal what is being generated. But when but whatever being generated, all will not reach out of the active region and fed into the core fiber. So the external quantum efficiency. So what is being fed to the outer fiber? So that is what the emitted power. So the quantum efficiency that will be used to calculate the emitted power. So the external quantum efficiency, it will be defined as the ratio of photons emitted from LED. See, it is defined as the ratio of photons emitted from LED outside to the number of photons generated internally. So that will be given by the equation Nx is equal to 1 divided by n into n plus 1 by whole square. So the optical output power emitted from the LED is P is equal to efficiency into P internal. So if you substitute, finally the optical power, output optical power. So input optical power is expression is this one. N in is the efficiency into HC by HCI divided by Q lambda. Whereas the output power P will be equal to 1 divided by N into N plus 1 whole square into P internal. Okay. Here I'll stop just because today I got this interest duty, I have test duty. Okay. Hello.